So if you're a Verizon customer recently, you might have noticed that when you try to use Netflix, it seems like the speeds are noticeably slower. However, if you use Verizon's video streaming service, it seems to work just fine. So it's really strange. It's almost as if Verizon is intentionally slowing down Netflix to encourage you to use their video streaming service instead. Now, if you're wondering whether or not they're actually throttling Netflix, well, Chris Welch, a journalist from The Verge, posed this very question and cited evidence that Netflix is much slower on Verizon than other internet service providers. And that article generated a lot of buzz, which forced the company to come out with a response. And they basically admitted, yeah, we're throttling Netflix. Even though net neutrality is currently still the law of the land, we're doing it anyway. So, Russell Brandom of The Verge reports, yesterday we reported that Verizon Wireless appeared to be throttling Netflix traffic, and today the company seems to have come clean. In a statement provided to Ars Technica and The Verge, Verizon implicitly admitted to capping the traffic, blaming the issue on a temporary video optimization test. We've been doing network testing over the past few days to optimize the performance of video applications on our network, a Verizon Wireless spokesperson said. The testing should be completed shortly. The customer video experience was not affected. This is a really weird statement, seemingly referring to something completely different from what customers actually experienced. What customers saw wasn't optimization, but a clear cap, with tests from Netflix speed test tool showing measurably lower rates than non-Netflix tests. While Netflix was the only service to have a speed test tool producing measurements, it now appears that similar caps were applied to all video applications on the Verizon Wireless network. So if you're debating whether or not we should believe what Verizon is saying, the answer is no. Because all this time, as FCC Chairman Ajit Pai has been trying to roll back Title II net neutrality regulations, Verizon is supplying talking points to Republican lawmakers and bureaucrats and doing propaganda on behalf of the FCC to aid Ajit Pai, the current chairman, in this effort to roll back net neutrality regulations. Verizon really wants to roll back net neutrality because they will make millions, potentially billions of dollars in extorting small businesses and offering new, more expensive packages to consumers. And they're already testing the limits of net neutrality by giving preferential treatment to their own video streaming services. So currently, as you all know, Verizon has a data cap. So what they're allowing people is you can use their video streaming service, and that doesn't go towards your data. But if you use Netflix or Hulu, a non-Verizon video streaming service, then that goes through your data. So what they're doing is they are prioritizing one business over another, their own business, because this impacts their bottom line. And it's just what they're doing is testing the limits of net neutrality, and they're kind of making sure that when Ajit Pai does ultimately vote to kill net neutrality, they're going to be ready. They're going to know how to cap Netflix or whatever the fuck they do. I don't know what they do, but they know they're expecting fully for Ajit Pai, their former employee, to deliver. So Verizon is one of the most scumbag companies in the country, right alongside Comcast, and it's very clear that they stand to gain everything from rolling back net neutrality while we gain nothing from it. So we need to share what they're doing here and put them on blast, because what they're doing is unacceptable. Net neutrality is the law of the land, so they broke the laws in doing this, and now they're lying about it. They're doing a video optimization test. Bullshit. Bullshit. Prove it. And if you can't prove it, then guess what? Looks like Netflix gets to see you in court and sue you, because in giving your own service preferential treatment, you are violating the principle of net neutrality, and it's not just a principle. Currently, it's a law. So it's unacceptable, and Verizon's got to pay for it.
Support this podcast by joining the independent progressive media revolution today at humanistreport.com.